performance, how we plan, prepare for the performance, and where should you actually reach up to? What should be your target? How to achieve those targets is what we're going to discuss. Children, remember, you're very, very precious for us. This is your first public examination. Till now, you had school examination where you competed among students of your own class in a single school. But now you have an examination where students from all over the country would be sitting for the exams. Leave apart all over the country, there will be children from other countries also where there are CBSE schools. So it is both national and international participation when students are sitting for grade 10 examination. My concern and my worries are we supporting you in a big way? Are we really helping you? Are we facilitating your process of preparing for these board examinations? That is our concern. I am so sure that the teachers are passionately involved when it comes to teaching. I also hope and pray that each one of you is also passionately involved and have set your own targets. I thought, let me discuss these points and paras one by one. So here we go. Exams are coming, perhaps is a wrong statement now. For 16th it was all right. You already had one exam today. When I talk about exams are coming, I'm talking about your final examination, which is in the month of February. And before the month of February, we have your pre-boards in December, the first one done, the second one going on. Something might happen in the month of January, we might plan it out, maybe a thorough revision day in and out, maybe we can think of an examination for some of us, and some of us maybe made to revise a little more in the classroom. Some more hand-holding can be done in some cases. Children, for these examinations, when we have so many pre-board, for a final board, when we have so many pre-boards, the purpose is a structured revision, so that you may revise it again and again. Pre-boards are not to make you have all fears and all problems associated with the examination. Pre-boards are those steps which help you to prepare for your final examinations. Pre-boards are to build your confidence. Pre-boards are those mock trial, 3 hours sitting in the classroom, wherein you can see how you go about. Pre-board is an experience of time management. Pre-boards is making us understand where we stand. And pre-boards means one set of examination, one set of questions. Another pre-board means another set of questions. And if all these question papers which are coming one after the other, if you can really prepare them well, I'm sure there will be nothing left for you to worry about when your board examinations come. You'll be walking with all the confidence in the world in your examination hall, sitting there, and nothing will deter you, nothing will disturb you, because you'll be well equipped and well prepared. We want to win a battle, we work hard for the battle. If it's a battle, we learn how to use the arms and equipment and everything. But when it comes to an examination, and if we call that a battle, then we are thorough with academics. We prepare, we revise, we rehearse, we do everything so that when you walk into the examination hall, you walk in with lots of confidence. You may not have studied all these days. Maybe you were not serious. Maybe you did not realize the importance of these examinations so far. But please begin from today. We are never late if we want to start something new. So you're not late in case you have not prepared so far. Let's do it right now. Tomorrow never waits for anybody, and we don't have the yesterdays coming again to us. So we start from the present today and we keep on working. If I look at it, you have nearly about 2 months in hand, maybe 2 or 3 days short of it. And 2 months are enough to write history. History of you performing very well in the board examination. See, children, we'll be the happiest person to see you on televisions, where you're talking about how you prepared for a board examination. We'll be happy when you're happy when you say, I wanted 72% and I've got 75%. Each one of you has an independent target. Somebody would like to climb high, somebody wants here and somebody wants here. It all depends upon your capabilities and capacities. So whatever is your target, you have to work hard to achieve that target. Alright? So with the coming examinations, we have lots of tensions and we feel stressed out. Nothing new. When we sat for examination, we had also lots of tensions. We had lots of pressures also. So this is not a new term, but I believe personally that the stresses and the strains which are there on us actually help us to perform very, very well. All these stresses would get all your energies packed up together so that you can perform very well. It's not that one of you is having stress and strain. Each one of you have stress and strain. Forget about each one of you. Everybody in the country has stress and strain. This could be reduced if we are prepared well for the final examination. Alright? So don't worry if you have some challenges right now. Do not worry, it is normal, it is natural. Okay? But when we prepare for examination, I'm sure all of us can beat this stress and strain and move ahead preparing for the examination. So again, about the pre-boards, as I said, lots of efforts need to be put in. Don't take your pre-boards lightly. Please make sure that you work very hard. Another 2 days and you have your pre-boards beginning. Put in your head, your heart, your soul, everything into the preparation so that you do very, very well. They say we need to work hard. Yes, we need to work hard because nothing happens without hard work. But we need to work smart also. And when it comes to examination, how can we work smart? We can work smart by seeing the previous year's question papers, by seeing the sample specimen papers, by seeing that what is that particular type of question which comes, you prepare that. For example, if I talk about physics, you normally have one ray diagram coming in some way or the other. You might have a numerical problem on magnification. You are bound to have something of gravity as such. Do you have this gravitation now?
It is
9th class. So that's why I corrected myself. Maybe you have the wave motion is there.
Motion is also in 9.
It's also in 9. So what do you have in physics in grade 10?
Electricity.
Electricity, Ohm's law. Ohm's law, you just close your eyes. It has to come in some way or the other. Alright? For that reason, when you talk about chemistry also, please see the previous year's question paper. They give you some guidelines how to do it. There are certain topics which are always there for sure. So please make sure you smartly pick up those that this is sure to come and prepare it well, so that you can score some marks over there. So we need to work hard and we need to refer to the previous year's question papers and the specimen papers which have been issued, sample papers which has been issued by the CBSE. I'm sure, ma'am, we have shared everything. If not, please on the teams share all the sample papers once again. We'll be sharing everything with you. And it's up to you. Please make sure you go through it. See the question, just think over, yes, I can answer. Prepare it to that extent. Dream big and aim high. Children, you are just in the right place, in the right school. The probable environment of working hard is there. The teachers have been there with you constantly throughout the year. They've been working hard, making you understand what to do and how do we go about. Alright? You are blessed to have a wonderful family. When all is good at home and all is good at school, I hope and pray that you realize that only one thing is left for us, and that is you dream big. And start working for the dream which you have dreamt about. Without dreaming, without thinking what you would like to be in your life, without planning it out that this is the percentage I want to have. Please, start dreaming about that percentage and start imagining that once you get that particular percentage, how happy you would be. How happy your parents would be, how happy your teachers would be. It will be a real happy family. So dream big. I want to secure this much percentage because I want to take my sciences and then go for IIT. This is a link in your career which you have to go ahead. Alright? So dream big and work very, very hard. And understand that dreams do not become reality until you put in efforts. So working hard, working with a passion, understanding that there's no alternative to hard work is something which is very, very important. So make sure you work very, very hard. You don't have a single minute to waste. Even when you have some time gaps in between. Even I also believe to the extent that when you come into school in your bus, you can always sit with a child, your friend or something, and keep revising. We cannot waste even a single minute as such. You may revise, you may re-revise because it's revision, re-revision, which really builds in lots of confidence to perform in those 3 hours which you get. Now each one of us has a different schedule. some of us would like to study early morning. They say, I want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and only then I can perform. I can remember everything because my mind is rested. And after that rest, whatever I read, I remember it. So the most difficult topic, I always do it early in the morning. So we call them early birds. There might be some children who feel, in the morning I have to sleep. I just can't get up early in the morning. But yes, I can wake up late night and would be up there till 12:30, 1 o'clock. Right? It all depends upon your body style, your thought process. Whatever is more effective for you, please follow that. If you are a night bird, you want to wake up late night, fine. If you're an early bird and you have to make sure that you get up early, whatever suits you, adopt that. It is not that we tell you you have to be in the morning, get up in the morning. It depends upon you. Whatever suits you, because you have to perform. So you should be happy and satisfied with your decision. And then some of us have our own ideal spot to sit and study. It is not that today I'll sit here, tomorrow I'll sit here. It's lots of distraction. If you can focus and fix a place in your house which suits you most, please find that. Many times I've found children, they would like to sit near an almirah in a corner or something like that. Don't disturb me for the next 2 hours, I'm studying. Then the children who would say, I just can't study on the bed. I have to sit on the table, a chair and a table and put my book on the table. There will be others who say, I can just sit on the bed and can study when I'm sitting on the bed with my legs pulled out. It all depends upon each one of you. Find a suitable place and stick to that particular place so that you perform very, very well. I understand I wanted to get into a storeroom and study over there. It worked for me. I had nobody to disturb me. I had some trunks and some almirahs, but that was the best place which I liked in my house when I was in 9th class, 10th class and so on. So you might be having a secluded corner in the house where you feel nobody disturbs you. Because now we have to study. Now we cannot afford anybody disturbing us. Now we have to make sure that please do not disturb me when I'm studying. Alright? So you have to find. And then we have to find a place where there's not too much of clutter, too much of junk lying here and there. Where we do not have the motive, where we do not have so many rays coming out which disturbs me and troubles me. You have to find out the most suitable place because these things matter. For 2 months continuously you have to study, rather for 3 months. In the month of March you'll be having your examinations also. Alright? So now the remaining month of December, the entire January, the entire February and I believe 20th of March examinations over. You have to study for 3 months. Find out your favorite place and stick to that particular place so that you're in the same habitat every day and when you're studying as such. So your ideal spot is your ideal spot. Find out. This is very, very important, children. This is so important that you really have to do away with it. You have to understand, we are your well-wishers. If a mobile is there, it's so difficult to resist. We never faced these challenges when we were children. We never had mobiles, we had a radio. So there was no disturbance for us and we never had to put an effort to keep the mobile phone aside. But for you, you really have to make an effort. So you have to make sure you give your mobile to your family and say, let me see it for half an hour when you are there and then give it back. Understand that. We want you to do well. We don't want to separate you from mobile. That is not our agenda. If mobile and social media is a distraction, 3 months, put that distraction aside. Please understand, you are born in this world of technology. You are born with mobiles all around you. You should have this device all around you. But for 3 months, if it is disturbing you, put it aside. Just for 3 months. Come April, you can start along with it. Okay, just think over it. Because you have to perform. You have to focus. You have to make sure that nothing distracts you. Alright? If you have a mobile, you're bound to surf a little bit. You're bound to Google a little bit. You're bound to tell your friend, I've done this much, how much you have done. Many a times if you recall and listen to the phone activities, it is, kya kha liya, kya pee liya, it's up to that. We can do away with this type of conversation for some time. You can fix up your time of mobile that 9 o'clock I'm going to talk to my friend this, if in case you really feel like talking. It is all right if you want to still connect. But understand that this connection should not be such that it hampers your studies. Our concern is just your studies, nothing else. Alright? So please, whatever disturbs you, your conversation with your friends disturb you, fine, don't have the conversation. There might be some very, very good friends of ours who would like that even I do well and you do well. But there might be a friend of mine who would say, मुझे भी कुछ नहीं आता, तू भी छोड़ पढ़ के क्या करना है, ठीक है, पास हो जाए. Think over it. It's a fact. There are people who encourage you. There are people who pull you down. Please have a company of friends who helps you in moving up. Do not have a company of a friend who says it's okay. Please understand, your journey is your journey. It's not your friend's journey. Your future is your future. You want to be a CEO of a company. You want to rule the world. You want to go to some other country and do some wonders over there. You want to be a scientist in Bhava Atomic Research Science Center in Bangalore. Whatever you want to go to the Space Center. It's your journey. Your friend is not going to be there. So even if you have your own journey right now, it is perfectly all right. Please make sure that no disturbances come in your path. It's so important. So let's do away with the social media and your phones for some time. I'm talking about attention span. Sometimes what happens, of course your timetable should be there, everything has to be planned out. But sometimes some of us have some problems of saying, I can't study for 3 hours continuously. You know, I can study for 1 hour, then I have to walk around. And then after that I can study for another hour. It all depends upon individual persons, individual students. So if you are a person who has to sit for 3 hours, you can sit wonderful. But if you are a person who cannot concentrate further after studying for 1 hour, it is normal, it is okay. As I keep saying, each one of you is individual. Each one of you have your way. So we cannot compare with you with another child. Alright? So you as an individual need to decide what has to be done. But what we can do is, we can study in small parts. Suppose I want to do any particular chapter, I can divide it into 3 parts and say, this much I can do it first. After that, I'll have 10 minutes break. Let my mind become fresh. And after studying the next portion, another 10 minutes break. Having breaks is normal. Alright? So don't worry about it. Remember, I'm here just to guide you. You're very wise. You understand what is good and bad for you. You know where you have to go. You know how to study. As human beings, we need reminder. I'm here just to remind you. Nothing more and nothing less. Now in this 10 minutes break you have, you can close your eyes and go for some deep breathing. You can even go for some brisk walk if you have been sitting for quite some time. You can even go out and talk to your parents. Whatever you want, you can go for it. But the only thing is, you have to plan it out how you go about it. So attention span is your way of studying. Now we come to your study room. Whatever place you have a full room for yourself, wonderful. You don't have a full room for yourself, equally good. You have a corner in the house where your table and chair is placed, it's perfectly fine. In that particular area, wherever you are studying, if you could put a calendar, how many days are left, keep on cutting, 20 days left, 10 days, oh, the exam is there. You can do the way you want it. You need to put your timetable schedule. I'm going to study this much, then I have to go to the school, then I come back, I take 10 minutes break. Have your timetable ready. So that every day your mind is not going to think what has to be done. Your timetable is there in the corner next to the table where you sit. You can have some post-its. You can write down on those pink post-it which you get, and then you can stick it wherever you want. What are you going to write on the post-it? You can have a summary of a particular topic. 5 points, I write down 5 points. And then whenever you want to revise, you can say, oh, in that particular chapter, these are the 5 points I can remember. You can put your notes on the wall. You can put it under the glass on your table which is there. You can put it aside. You can put wherever you feel like. On the almirah you can put it. On the window pane you can put it. But let an environment of studies be created in the area where you're going to study. All these things work, let me tell you. All these things are very, very useful. You need to understand that. There could be some course. you are a little upset or disturbed, you can always have some quotes put in. You want to fly high, make sure you prepare for your flight. Maybe anything of this particular type. Whatever you feel like, you can have some quotes. So all these are mind maps. Mind maps is an interesting way. So you can begin that. For example, we write down about electricity. So I write electricity. Then I write Ohm's law over here on this. And then I define Ohm's law over here. Then I put the relationship between electrical current and potential difference and everything. I write down. Then whatever next is in the chapter, you can again make some figure and write down. And through the diagram which you draw, you can revise the entire chapter. Make it in small format so that you just, oh, that's done, I revise. So please make sure you do something of this particular type. Make your mind maps. Make your flow charts after this, after this, after this. Do whatever you feel like, but it's very, very important. The pictures which are there in front of you will be a constant reminder how to work hard and go ahead. Now this point is very, very important. Teach yourself. Once you have revised your chapter, you can always have a sheet of paper in front of you and you can say, okay, the first thing I did was this. Then I wrote the definition. After that, this is the diagram which I have drawn. After writing this particular diagram, these are the uses of this particular, say if it is chemistry, these are the uses. Alright, so whatever it is, if it's social science, you can talk about that civilization or whatever your topic is as such, maybe the freedom struggle if it's there, or maybe some civilizations or economic development, all this is always a global, this thing is also there in class 10. So whatever the topic is, you can just write some points, short points so that recalls. This really helps you when you're sitting for the examinations. You'll have that particular slip of paper right in your mind and you will not miss anything. It actually works. These are tried and tested things which work. So think over it and you will always have your mind maps, your flow charts, your post-its ready with all these things. And teach yourself is you are teaching yourself. I've done this, yes I know this, after this I do this. Okay? And then many a time, some of us are so used to the fact that we go for group study, but we end up talking more. So group study should be limited to 2 of you in a group. One full day, we actually did it when we were in college. We did it, schools still not, but I don't know, maybe you all do it. I would say, I'll revise the entire chapter 5, and my friend would say, I'll revise the entire chapter 6. And then when we would meet together for a short time, she would explain me the entire chapter 6 and I would explain the entire chapter 5. The result was we would save some time. When we read for the first time, it takes a longer time. And when you make people understand at that particular time, you actually understand it yourself. Many times we as teachers say, I did understand this topic very well when I was in college. But when I'm teaching my students, I've understood very well. The same thing happens when we teach ourselves or our friends a particular topic. We understand it better. These are the changes which are there in your board examinations this time. 80 marks plus 20 marks, all of you are aware of it. There are 2 levels of mathematics. You're going to take the right paper. Math standard is 041 and maths basic is 241. You have to remember this. After that, internal assessment is 20 marks as such in all the subjects, and 20 marks are further divided into periodic tests, portfolios, short activities, subject enrichment activity, which all of it is complete as such. Maybe in one odd case something may not have been submitted. Please make sure that you submit it for sure. There's 33% internal choice, 25% objective type questions including MCQs, and 75 attendance is compulsory. Those children whose attendance is not compulsory, please don't take it lightly because we have to inform the CBSE. They can anytime check our attendance register. We cannot have admissions when the child never comes to the school, so we have to keep it in mind. When we say 33% internal choice means there could be a choice between 2 questions. Don't take this as a very big thing because you really have to perform well, so you need to study the entire syllabus as such. When we say 25% objective type questions including MCQs, it could be anything, not only MCQs, it could be maths or whatever types of objective questions we can have. Now, one thing is very, very important is the CBSE says that rote learning is not being encouraged. What is important is the concept should be very, very clear to each one. So in case you have not understood Right? Sometimes in the good old days, we would just learn everything, write it down, and we could clear the class. Now, all these objective type questions, which appear to be simple and easy, are actually the difficult ones. Because if you've not understood the concept well, you will not be able to do it correctly. It might take a little, some fractions of some seconds, 10 seconds to put a tick over there, but it could be the wrong tick if you have not understood the concept which lies behind that particular question. So please make sure, understand whenever there is some change in time, this is a changing phase, and whenever there is a changing phase, it becomes more challenging to sit for the examinations. Alright? And with all this, here we are to wish you all the best for your final examinations. Alright? Please make sure you work very, very hard. You are our children, we love you, we want you to do very good. So all the best on behalf of the class. God bless you.
Thank you.
Any questions anybody wants to ask? You know, I'll be always available in the school. Sometimes during this examination, we have ups and downs in the mood. Sometimes you feel nothing can happen. I've forgotten everything. And you need somebody to support you. You're welcome. Please come and meet us in the school. Your teachers would be there, your vice principals would be there, your coordinators would be there, and I'm there. You can come and talk it out. Do not get upset and have a bad mood and keep on making the mood more and more bad. We would like to pull you out from that particular stage of your mood and help you. Even now, if you have not understood a particular topic, please be free. Talk to your coordinator. You've got a wonderful, patient coordinator who listens to everybody. You've not followed a particular chapter in math, science, social sciences, Hindi, Punjabi, anything, English. Please tell her, she'll talk to the concerned teacher and make sure that we revisit that particular chapter and help you out. Remember, we are there to just help. We are not here, we don't have any time to argue. I don't have any time to get annoyed at you. We just have the time to hold your hand and inspire you to work. That's only our job is. We just have to inspire you and make sure you work. Okay? God bless you.
Thank you.